Pero ito,
Yeah.
Don Ramon, babalik tanaw tayo konti. Babalik tanaw tayo ng konti. Paano ba kayo nagsimula, no? I understand you grew up in Cebu, Bisaya Gyud, no? Sino ba ang batang Don Ramon Fernandez? Anong itsura niya? Anong ginagawa niya sa buhay?
I was born in Maasin, Southern Leyte. Never mind the year. I've forgotten it, but I studied there the whole of my elementary years, and then starting high school, dito na ako sa Cebu. Yun ang mga ginagawa namin sa mga towns or cities outside of Cebu, in the other islands. Usually, pag dating sa high school and college, pumupunta sa Cebu for their studies. No? Nag-elementary lang kami doon karamihan. Lahat ng kapatid ko, pagdating ng high school and college, dito na kami sa Cebu nag-aaral. No? So, the whole elementary years ko, nasa Leyte lang ako. Because I graduated very early at a very young age from elementary kasi nag-grade 1 ako, Ernest. 5 years old lang ako eh. Papunta pa 6 years old pa lang ako nung nag-grade 1 ako, no? So maaga akong nag-graduate, mag-11 din ako pumasok ng first year high school dito sa Cebu. But all the while, just like any ordinary kid in the provinces or even in the cities before, yung mga sariling laro natin. Siyatong, bisikleta, tirador sa barkada, interbarangay na tirador, takbuhan, basketball, kung ano pa, swimming. No? Dahil yung lugar namin sa Maasin, Leyte, it's a coastal town and it's more, ang town is shaped more of sa length niya in the coastal, no? Mountain barangays nasa likod na rin, no? So, yeah. Except that during the summer months, I would be in Cebu because my mother is from Cebu. So I'll be here the whole time during the summer. I'll be in Cebu also playing basketball and baseball. In my elementary years, baseball and softball was really very popular here in Cebu City. So iba-ibang sports na ang nilalaro ko since the time when I was a kid. No?
Sir Ramon, what was your position?
Ano yan, Ivan?
What was your position sa baseball pala, Sir Ramon, if you don't mind?
Sa baseball?
Yes.
Usually sa first base or minsan sa shortstop.
Nice.
But not too much of that. During summer lang ako nakakalaro noon because my cousins in Cebu were baseball players. Marami sa kanila mga baseball players. In fact, a few of them went to Manila to play for UST. May ka-teammate si Boy Codinera, yung father nila Jerry Codinera, galing din sa Cebu yun. Ka-teammate ng pinsan ko yun sa Cebu when I was playing. Boyet.
Don Ramon, I have a question for you. Were you already head and shoulders taller than your peers, than your contemporaries at that time? Matangkad ka na bang bata yung panahon na yun? Kumbaga, above average na yung height mo at that time?
Yes, Boyet. Compared to my contemporaries, I was much taller than them. No, that's why it was for me. I considered it my advantage dahil yung mga like sa paglalaro ng basketball, yung mga nakakalaban ko 4, 5, 6 years older than me. So mas malalakas sila, mas magagaling sila. So madali akong natuto, no? Yeah.
Give us Don Ramon an idea of how tall were you at around the age of maybe, let's say, 10 years old, and then around 15. How tall were you at those stages of your youth?
Let me dig up my memory bank. I can't really remember exactly, but when I graduated in high school, I was 15 going 16, I think, or 16 going 17. When I graduated in high school, I was 5'10".
Wow.
No? So you can just gauge. Siguro I was about 5'2", 5'3", or maybe even less than 5 when I was 10 years old or 11 years old. But as I said, when I graduated in high school in never mind, I was 5'10", and in that summer alone, I grew 4 inches. So when I went to the University of San Carlos College to enroll, a priest who knew my older brother, who was 2 years older than me, akala niya ako yung older brother ang nakita niya. Kaya sabi niya, "Hey, Ronaldo, how are you?" I said, "No, father, I am Ramon." She said, "Oh, Ramon, you better go see the doctor. How are you? Why are you so tall right away?" I cannot remember exactly, except that time, because distinctly I can remember that because of that incident, no, na pinapapunta ako ng pare, ng rector namin sa high school, sa doktor para daw magpa-check ako.
Napaaga yung growth spurt, ika nga, napaaga. But Don Ramon, was basketball, well, you already mentioned that you also played a lot of different sports. But was basketball really, so short of saying, the focus at a young age? Was that really the goal?
Yes, ever since when I was about 5 or 6, 7 years old, basketball has been my sport
Of choice.
na pinili, no? Due to the fact na encouraged ako, Boyet, I'm pretty sure you remember Jake Rojas.
Oh, yes! Oh, wow!
So, he comes from my province also. He was from Macrohon, a town next to Maasin. And when I was growing up in the elementary, every time he would go back to Maasin for vacation or whatever, we would know because my older brothers played also in college in Cebu. No, there were playmates also. There were basketball playmates also. So every time he goes home sa Maasin, madaling araw pa lang kasi ang barko dumadating ng mga alas 5, alas 6 ng madaling araw eh. Right. From Cebu, no? He was playing for UV sa Cebu ng araw. So we would know na kung uuwi siya sa Maasin, no? So maaga pa lang pupunta na kami sa pier at sasalubungan namin si Dodong Rojas. We call him Dodong Rojas. Si Dodong, dadating tomorrow. Punta tayo.
You know, Jake Rojas was one of the more successful Cebuanos who have played not only in the Mika but also in the PBA.
For the national team. Mr. I think he was Mr. Basketball twice in the mid-60s.
Yes.
Also, no? So yun.
I distinctly remember Jake Rojas playing for the Emerson Cosenteng organization. And eventually, nag-apot kayo sa Toyota niyan, di ba? Nag-apot pa kayo?
Of course. I think he played for us for 2 years or a year. But he played for, initially, I think, Utivo Steel.
Yes.
At the time before joining Mariwaza.
From being in Cebu and eventually coming to Manila, when you already found out or you already knew that you were going to go to Manila, what were your expectations? What were the thoughts that were running in your mind that you have to like migrate to Manila, the big city, the dream of any and every athlete that comes from the provinces? What were your thoughts? What were you feeling at that time?
When I was in second year college already, Boyet, I knew already that I can compete with the best of the best at the time, no? Especially during the summer of that year, after my second year during the summer, hindi ko na sasabihin kasi yung taon eh. Kaya nahihirapan ako eh. I was already playing in the commercial leagues in Cebu in my first 2 years of college here. So every time there's a Manila team that would come down, napasama na ako sa Cebu selection, no? Mm-hmm. So it just so happened that in the summer of that year, when I was in second year college, nagpunta ang San Miguel Braves of Nick Ramos. Di ba? Ang mga players noon, sila Manny Paner, puro Bisaya karamihan.
Manny
diba?
Paner,
Toyong,
you had at that time
Miego,
Miego.
Yeah, Miego was there.
Miego was there already.
Velasco,
Estoy Estrada, I think, was also there at that time.
Estoy Estrada, yes. So we played against them in an exhibition game here in Cebu. And it just so happened that after our game, hinatak na ako ni Coach Ning Ramos at mag-dinner kami sa restaurant in front of the gym of University of San Carlos. Hindi na niya ako pinakawalan. He wanted me to do my what do they call that? Residency in San Sebastian, and at the same time a member of the farm team of San Miguel, no? So practically my third year of college, the first semester I was in San Sebastian and farm team of San Miguel. That's why if you remember, sige na nga, sabihin ko na nga, in the national seniors of 1973, because the national seniors is the last tournament of the calendar at the time.
Yes, that's the last tournament every year.
Every year, no. But in reality, November pa lang of 1972, after the youth, we won the youth championships of 1972, kinuha na ako ng Toyota kasi. But nakiusap si Ning Ramos na pwede ba daw ako maglaro muna for the national seniors. Then after that, lilipat na ako sa Toyota for the regular Mika na. No? So, okay naman. So, tatlo kami, si Norby Rivera, and Jimmy Otaso. We were the guest players from the NCAA to play for San Miguel in the national seniors.
Wow.
And luckily, nakatsamba naman, nag-champion kami ang San Miguel Braves on. I'm proud to say that that was the very first championship that San Miguel won ever since they joined the basketball league in Manila, the big leagues in Manila, no? But it was cut short because yun nga, guest player lang nila ako doon. Pag-start ng Sison ng Mika, I played na for Toyota Cometh then.
You just mentioned a name that not many people have on their lips or on their memory banks anymore. Norberto Norby Rivera. Can you just give us a slight glimpse of how good Norby was, because he was a if I'm not mistaken, he was a combo guard, can play 1 or 2 and had a very potent jump shot. That's what I remember about Norby.
Yeah, as a backgrounder, he was the son of I forgot the first name of Mr. Rivera, who was a staff of Coach Ning Ramos in San Miguel, no? Paquito, I think. Paquito Rivera, no? But he was good. He was a mainstay of San Sebastian at the time.
Correct.
A good shooter, very strong body, no? And very quick, very good player, no? So, yun. And Jimmy Otaso, of course.
We just talked about Jimmy Otaso about a week ago. Binanggit din natin Jimmy Otaso. Kwento ko sa inyo na yung balbasarado na may balbas si Jimmy eh. Yun ang unang makita mo, balbasarado. Dati mga player na kasi bigote lang. Si Jaime Otaso may balbasarado. Mukhang kontrabida sa sine. Parang ganun.
Correct. So,
Wow.
yun.
So,
Pero
that
tanong si Emer Sir.
that time, Don
Sige,
Ramon,
Sir Boyet, go.
in between playing as a guest player for San Miguel, and the transition from the San Miguel being a guest player to Toyota in the Mika, was the Olympics there already for you?
I played.
Was qualified, or were you already being considered to play for the 72 team? The Olympics?
It's like this, Boyet.
Mm.
In 1972, I was a member of the youth team.
Yes.
So 72, there was also a men's team.
Yes.
Yung that went to the Olympics.
To Munich, yeah. That went to
To
Munich.
Munich. In fact, before the Munich team left for Germany, nagkaroon ng exhibition game sa Loyola, fundraising game, youth team versus the men's team. Kung hindi kinausap ni President Lito Puyat yung mga referee, tatalunin pa namin yung men's team ng youth team. We lost by 1 point, no? Napakalakas ng youth team namin, no?
Sino kayo doon? Just refresh our memories. Sino kayo sa youth team? It was you? Who else?
Si Atoy, si Philip, si Carvajal, si
Wow.
Noblesada, si Ompong Sigura was with me.
Yun.
Si Rino Salazar, Jimmy
Lakas.
Noblesada,
Lakas na.
Diputado,
Wow.
who else? Ray Franco, Joy Dionisio.
Lakas nga.
Sino pa ba yun?
Ang lakas nyo nga.
Malakas-lakas yun.
Ang lakas
I'm
nga
sorry
yun.
if I don't remember the others.
Pero that was a strong team.
Very, very strong team.
And on the other side, on the men's team, the tallest was 6'4", Jimmy Mariano.
Jimmy Mariano, exactly.
And for your team, Carvajal was
Ed
6'6", 6'7".
6'6" at the time.
Wow.
But anyway, so that's the Olympics is really the only tournament that I missed, Boyet, because 1976 nasunod na Olympics, wala na, pro na tayo nung 75.
Right.
So that's actually the tournament that I missed, no, the Olympics. No? Ang pinakamaganda pa naman sana, but it's all right.
It's okay.